Welcome back. Chapter 31 continues the dialogue between Don Quixote and Sancho about the squire's failed embassy to Dulcinea del Toboso. Concerning the ideal woman, and just as we saw in chapter 25, Cervantes contrasts the peasant's precise realism with the hidalgo's vague fantasy. Don Quixote asks Sancho, "And what was that queen of all beauty doing?" The hidalgo is confident that the squire would have found her embroidering some heraldic emblem in gold thread for this her enslaved knight, whereas the squire reports that he found her winnowing 2 measures of wheat in a corral by her house. The latter statement carries sexual connotations. Next, our heroes debate which kind of wheat Dulcinea would have been working. More references to the uncertain purity of Dulcinea arise when instead of candial or durum, that is either white or spring wheat of high quality, Sancho says she was winnowing buckwheat, that is hardier and more productive wheat, but of lower quality. Don Quixote's response grants Dulcinea transformative powers, for he asserts that if the buckwheat was winnowed by her hands, it made white bread, no doubt. Then Don Quixote calls on Sancho to relate all the details using a beautiful metaphor that combines the art of writing with that of composing music. Don't leave even a half note in the inkwell. In other words, don't forget even the shortest of musical notes. When Sancho reports that he had informed Dulcinea that Don Quixote was doing penance, going about naked from the waist up, here among these sierras, as if he were a savage, we note that the squire, as if he doesn't want to remember what he has seen, has inverted the naked parts of his master. Next, we focus on Dulcinea's possible smells. Did you not perceive a certain perfume of Sheba, an aromatic fragrance of unspeakable pleasure? Untruthful and always irreverent, Sancho highlights the young woman's laborer status, responding that, to the contrary, he had gotten something of a mannish whiff, and this had to be because with so much exercise, she was sweaty and kind of sour. Don Quixote continues to orientalize his beloved, alluding to the scents of Arabia and representing her as if she were the Shulamite woman of the Song of Songs. You must have smelt yourself, because I know well the fragrance of that rose among thorns, that lily of the fields, that delicately diluted ambergris. Sancho dodges the debate. Anything can be. One devil is like any other. Finally, Don Quixote asks Sancho what his lover did with the letter after she finished cleaning her wheat and sent it to the mill. According to the squire, Dulcinea destroyed it in symbolic fashion. She did not read it because she said she could neither read nor write. Rather, she tore it up into tiny pieces, saying that she did not want to ask anyone to read it. Cervantes suggests another possible meaning for the famous windmill of chapter 8. A realistic woman functions like a kind of machine that crushes the fantasies of imperialistic racists. Let's move on. Sancho reports that Dulcinea replied that she had been visited by the Basque, but none of the galley slaves. Now Don Quixote wants to know if Dulcinea gave Sancho something when he departed, some rich jewel as a reward in appreciation of her knight's missive. Sancho's prosaic response underscores the dialogue's comedy. That might have been the practice in the old days, but nowadays it is customary to give a piece of bread and some cheese, although he adds that it was sheep's milk cheese. Don Quixote seems satisfied, and as always, he has at the ready a response that fans the flames of his passion. She is liberal in the extreme, and if she did not give you a gold jewel, surely it must have been that she had none on hand to give you. Suddenly, Don Quixote doubts his squire's embassy. It would have been miraculous for Sancho to have returned in just over 3 days, because El Toboso is more than 30 leagues away, 75 miles or 125 kilometers from where Don Quixote is in the Sierra Morena. Don Quixote infers that some friendly sage must have carried you through the air without your perceiving it. The squire agrees, but he continues to undermine his master's chivalric rhetoric with mundane alternatives. By my faith, Rocinante rode as if he were a gypsy's ass with quicksilver in his ears. That is, like a donkey with mercury in its ears to make it livelier. Be careful here. This is more than rural realism, reflecting the way gypsies made their asses walk faster. In Roman mythology, Mercury is the messenger of the gods and the patron god of commerce, eloquence, and thievery. Mercury is also a key element in alchemy. Oh, and mercury poisoning can make you crazy.